Today we joined undefeated American featherweight Joseph Jojo Diaz Jr. inside the South El Monte Community Center, the place where he began boxing at age 10 and continues to train today.
I feel like this is at home for me. I feel very comfortable, and also just knowing that I can still be a role model to all the people in my community, all the kids in my community. A lot of people ask me why I don't train early like how all the other professional fighters do. But I like training around this time because this is when all the kids start training, and it's very motivating for me to see where I grew up and where I started from. So just watching the kids train, it motivates me, but I'm very glad that I can motivate them as well. No problem, right?
Right now you're 22-0 with 13 knockouts, and I noticed 3 of your last 4 wins were by stoppage. You've been sitting down your punches more. Is that something that you're working on, or is it just maturity maybe, or have you been lifting weights? What's going on there with the power?
I think it's all the above. I mean, I feel like I am maturing more. I'm gaining more strength as far as manpower. I feel like I'm developing more manpower. But also, me and my father, we've been doing a lot of strength and conditioning work as well. A lot of squats, a lot of push-ups, a lot of sit-ups, doing a lot of rope work and band work, just to get my legs a lot more stronger for I can sit down on my shots and deliver my shots with more authority. Me and my father, the past 3 or 4 fights, we have been practicing on sitting down my shots and landing and turning my hips and making sure I'm landing a lot more punches with more authority.
Your last fight was on the undercard of the Canelo Smith fight, which had a crowd of over 51,000 there at the Cowboys Stadium in Arlington, Texas. What was that like, fighting in front of a crowd like that?
In the locker room when I was getting ready and getting warmed up, I knew that there was going to be a lot of people there, but once I walked out and once I stepped inside the ring, I was like, please don't look at the fans. Please don't look at the fans in my mind, and I ended up looking at the fans, and man, it was insane. My heart dropped. I started getting butterflies. It just seemed like it was all computerized, man. It just seemed like it was fake. And I just had to snap out of it because I knew that this is where I want to be, and this is the platform, and this is where I truly want to be, and hopefully be a main event selling out arenas like this. So that just gave me motivation, and that just brought me right back to reality, and I just focused on the fight, and I ended up getting the win.
Golden Boy Promotions, they put 17 of your fights so far, either in Southern California or Las Vegas, I believe. Are you trying to build a brand out here in this area? Is it important to you to build up a fan base in this part of the country where boxing is really red hot out here?
I want to be the main attraction in Southern California because I am born and raised here, and I want to make sure that when I am the main event, that I have all the fans just out there supporting me. And my dream is to sell out hopefully the Staples Center one of these days, or maybe even the Dodger Stadium. That would be a dream come true.
Is there a fighter right now, an active fighter, that you want to emulate, or who do you look up to the most of all the active champions right now in boxing?
Canelo Alvarez and Leo Santa Cruz, because he is my weight and he's a Mexican American as well. But mostly Canelo Alvarez because Canelo Alvarez, man, he's a Mexican. He's a true warrior. He gives the fight fans what they want to see, and he sells, man. He has a great fan base, and that's what I really want. I want a great fan base, and I want to be able to sell out arenas just like Canelo. He's a tremendous fighter. He has great power. He has great defense. He knows how to, slip and counter you as well, and he's very fast and slick. So I look up to Canelo Alvarez a lot, and I was very fortunate to fight on his last fight, man, because it was a dream come true, and hopefully I get to fight on his cards more often. But Canelo Alvarez is one of the main guys that I look up to.
You brought up Canelo, so the name I have to bring up right after that is Gennady Golovkin. Do you think those guys fight next year, and how do you think that goes down if they do?
You know what? I truly believe that fight's going to go down next year. I really believe that it's just all just building up the hype, man, because they know that fight's a big fight magnitude. It's going to sell out. It's going to sell out tremendously. There's going to be a lot of pay-per-view buys, so I just feel like they're just promoting it a little more. GGG, man, he's an incredible champion. He hits hard. He's very skillful as well. He was a silver medalist in the Olympics, so he has tremendous boxing skills as well. But I got to go with Canelo Alvarez if they fight. I just truly believe that, Canelo Alvarez, he's the slicker fighter, and he has the power to, hurt Gennady if he catches Gennady. I feel like Gennady, he's fought guys, tough fighters, but nobody that could hit as hard as Canelo Alvarez so far. So I feel like if that fight would ever go down, I'll put my money on Canelo Alvarez.
What's been your toughest fight so far as a pro? Is there one fight that stands out to you that just the guy wouldn't go away? It was a tough fight style-wise. Is there one that really stands out?
Yes, that fight that stands out the most that made me, train a lot harder was against Rene Alvarado, and it was over here in LA at the Sports Arena. Going into the fight, I felt like I took Rene Alvarado lightly. I seen his record, and I seen that he had a lot of losses, and I just felt like I was just gonna, go in there and do my thing and stop him. And once the fight occurred, man, there was no AC inside the arena. It was about 100 degrees inside.
I was there.
Yeah, it was about it was about 100 degrees inside the arena, and we ended up fighting. And man, that guy just came coming. He was throwing a lot of shots. Being very aggressive, and I was still retaliating, landing my effective shots. But man, it got to the point where he took me to a place where I'd never been before because I was so tired and so drained. But I was able to, pull out the victory because I still was fighting throughout all my fatigueness, and I was able to pull out the victory. But that was just a learning experience for me, knowing that I can't take any of my opponents lightly, no matter what. And the AC again might happen to be out in my next fight, so I got to make sure that I'm in tremendous shape at all times and making sure that I'm able to give the fight fans what they want to see.
You beat Oscar Valdez over in Baku, I think, in the World Championships, and he's gone on now to win a world title as a professional. Is Oscar Valdez a guy that you're keeping your eye on? Is that somebody you want in the future?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, because he has a world title in my weight class, and I want to fight all the guys that have titles around in my weight class because I want to showcase to everybody that I'm willing to fight nothing but the best, and I'm willing to fight the best and beat the best in order to become the champion in my weight class. So Oscar Valdez is definitely a guy that I'm looking out for, and hopefully in the near future we could get a fight on.
The Jayson Velez fight stands out to me. Anytime he kind of was working his way back into that fight, you immediately responded. Is that just part of your fighter mentality that you immediately got to get back on him? Is it just an instinct with you?
And that just goes with my training because my father always tells me, don't ever let your opponent dictate the pace. You always dictate the pace at all times because you have to be in control of the fight at all times. So I knew that going into the fight, Jayson Velez was going to be a tough fighter, and he was going to be wanting to come at me and be aggressive. But I was able to, land effective shots and push him back and make him fight on his back foot. And I think that was one of the key reasons why I looked so good and I got the victory over him.
What are your goals for next year, 2017? Do you think you might be ready for a title shot, for a world title shot next year? Is that on the horizon? What do you want to do?
I truly want 2017 to be my year. I want to showcase to everybody that I could fight for a world title and I could win a world title at my weight class. And I want to get a world title in 2017 and defend it a couple times. And my main goal is hopefully try to get fight of the year by the end of 2017.